Hi my spoofies, it's Kaylee, and today I wanted to share with you my favorite beauty products from 2017. I know this video is kind of late. I did want to get it out sooner, but I had some issues with my SD cards and stuff, and this is actually the second time I've made this video because I ended up losing the first time I made this video, so anyway, I don't want this to be too terribly long, so I'll go ahead and get into it. Just keep in mind that these aren't necessarily products that came out in 2017, but just products that I happened to find out about and start using in 2017. So skincare is something that I tried to really get into in 2017. I don't know, I was just really focused on trying to get into a good skincare regime and make sure I keep it up. So my first favorite is the Soap and Glory Scrub Your Nose in It 2-Minute T-Zone Detox Scrub, and I absolutely love this stuff. I've been really into Soap and Glory lately just because their packaging is really cute and retro, and I love the way most of their products smell. They have really unique, nice scents, and I just generally like the quality of their stuff. But this is by far my favorite product, and I will always use this forever, and I'm so glad I found it because pretty much ever since I was a teenager I've had an issue with blackheads, particularly like on my nose and my chin, which I feel like is the pretty typical place to get blackheads. And I tried so many things over the years, like so much stuff, and nothing ever worked. Like I might have something work a little bit and kind of get rid of some of the blackheads, but nothing that fully got rid of all of them. And this is the first thing I've ever tried that actually worked, and I was just blown away by it. It says it's with natural yuzu superfruits and it's declog modern mud, or microderm mud, excuse me, and multi-fruit acids. I don't know about that. It has kind of a refreshing minty smell, and when you put it on your face it is kind of cooling and tingly. But it's a very, I don't think I've ever tried anything like this. It's a kind of an odd product. It's sort of like mud. It's sort of like a mud mask, but it also has that microderm abrasion kind of texture to it. Like it's a little bit sandy, so you really feel like you're, you know, scrubbing the dead skin cells off and all that good stuff. You can use this a couple of different ways. I use this in the shower every night. You know, I'll do the 2-minute face scrub thing and wash it off. And I also like to maybe once a week, like just do this as a regular mud mask. So I'll actually just spread this on my face and, you know, paint my nails, watch a TV show or something, and then wash it off. And I find that is really, really effective for getting rid of blackheads if you're like me and yours are pretty stubborn. So yeah, absolutely love this stuff. Would highly recommend it. Next is an anti-aging thing because I am getting into the age. I'm in my 30s now, so I have to, you know, start thinking about anti-aging products and all that. And this is the Caudalie Vine Active Energizing and Smoothing Eye Cream. And obviously this is just a little sample tube. I think it's a deluxe sample I got from Sephora or something. I honestly can't remember, but I genuinely really like it. It's anti-aging, and I basically every night when I get out of the shower before I go to bed, I will take just a tiny little dab of this and dab it around in my eyes. And I've always had kind of squinty eyes with lots of fine lines and things underneath, but you know, obviously as I've been aging I've noticed it getting worse, and I've noticed I've gotten pretty good like crow's feet and stuff going on. But I have noticed since I've been using this stuff regularly, it does seem to be helping. I notice my fine lines and some of the crepiness underneath my eyes and stuff kind of softening and going away. And I honestly haven't been using this for that long, maybe like a couple months, so I am pretty impressed, and I think I will try out a full-size bottle of this Like I said, I don't know a whole lot about anti-aging products. I'm sort of just now getting into it. I think technically I should have been into it sooner. I think it's like age 25 is when your cells start dying faster than they can regenerate, and that's when you're supposed to really like get into anti-aging products and whatever. And it's a very personal thing. It's not that I'm terribly worried about getting old or aging. I'm glad I'm getting older. I fully expect to look older as I age and for things to change. It's not that I'm trying to stay young or look a certain way forever or anything, but aging is weird. And that's something I'm learning. It's a weird experience to like kind of see yourself in a certain way for so long and then all of a sudden start seeing these changes that you didn't expect and you didn't anticipate, and it's happening really suddenly. And you know, if I can, I'd like to keep my skin like nice and supple and soft for a while to make makeup application easier and things like that. So I don't know. I didn't mean to get on a whole thing about aging and anti-aging. Maybe I'll do another video about that some other time, but anyway. Another skincare product that I absolutely have loved using this past year is the Glam Glow Volcasmic Matte Glow Moisturizer, and this is another thing that I got as a sample and I ended up falling in love with. And it sounds kind of weird because it's like matte and glow, aren't those kind of two very different mutually exclusive things? But I was like super impressed with this product. I have never used a moisturizer like this before. It's sort of like a pressed cream, like it's got sort of like a solid perfume kind of texture to it, and it just sort of melts on your fingers when you dip into it. And it has a pleasant, subtle smell. Like, to me it smells sort of like a dreamsicle, like kind of vanilla and citrusy vaguely, but if you're not into that, it is pretty subtle, so you don't really notice it that much, or at least I don't. It's almost like putting on a balm. It's not oily or greasy or like any other face lotion I've ever used. And it claims that it has clay, like volcanic clay or something in it that kind of sits on your skin and absorbs oil all day, which I have noticed that when I put this on before I do my makeup and stuff throughout the day, it does, I don't get as shiny and oily as early as I used to. It takes a lot longer for that to happen. And it claims that you can use this as a moisturizer and a primer. I'm not totally sure. I have used it a couple times, like just putting this on and then doing my makeup and not using my regular primer, and I haven't noticed a huge difference, so I guess it works. I'm not totally sure. I haven't really been using this for that long, but I absolutely love it. I love the way it feels, and honestly the thing I love this product most for is because I get really dry, like crusty patches in the corners of my nose, like my nasolabial folds. And again, for years I tried all kinds of moisturizers, all kinds of things, and nothing really worked. Those like little dry crusty patches would always come back. And this is the first thing I've ever used where literally I will put this on and those dry patches are gone. Like, they don't come back. It is amazing. And also I just really love Glam Glow's packaging. They're kind of stupidly expensive. I think each jar of their, whether it's a face mask or this stuff, they're like $50 a jar. But they do look very luxurious and expensive. I just love the packaging and the way it looks, and it makes me happy to see it sitting on my shelf and looking all pretty. I don't know, is that just me? Am I weird? But I do really enjoy the packaging and the way it looks, and this is actually like a huge amount of product. Like, I think it'll take me several months to use all this up, if not a year or more, so I feel like it's kind of worth it. Next, I feel like this also could count as a skincare product, but it is the Mongongo lip conditioner from Jersey Shore Cosmetics. and I absolutely hate that name. It always just makes me think of the Jersey Shore, like, reality TV show. Do you think everyone who lives in, like, the real Jersey Shore just absolutely hates that show and it just kind of ruined everything for everyone forever? I'm sure the Jersey Shore is a lovely place, really. Anyway, yeah, this is the Mongongo lip conditioner, kind of a weird name, but I got this in an Ipsy bag earlier this year and I absolutely love it, use it all the time. It is like my favorite lip balm I've ever gotten because it's not, it says it's nutrient dense, anti-aging, all natural, non-GMO, organic ingredients. The thing I love about it is it is more like it has more of an oily texture when it goes on your lips. It's not waxy like a chapstick or a traditional lip balm. I'm not sure if it even has wax in it, not totally sure, but I just love the feel of it, and it really does feel like it actually conditions your lips and makes them really soft and nice. They're not flavored, they basically don't have any flavor at all, but they do come in scents. And I have tried the vanilla, I think it's vanilla coconut cream or something, and that one is awesome. And I've also tried like the peppermint oil kind of one, and that one is also pretty nice. This one I decided to try the mandarin green, orange, and ginger. And this one kind of just smells like really yummy green tea. So I don't know, I'm into it. But yeah, I absolutely love this stuff. It makes my lips feel awesome. And I really need it because it has been dry as heck here this past winter. Okay, speaking of dryness and winter, the next thing is another product from Soap & Glory, and this is their Smoothie Star Deep Moisture Body Milk. And again, this is another thing I kind of got at the tail end of 2017, but I'm finding I really, really love it, and it's really helping me cope with the super dry winter I've been putting up with, and it's just been doing a number on my skin, and my eczema's been coming back and stuff, and it really sucks. It's basically just like a deeply moisturizing body lotion, and I absolutely love the way it smells. It is like one of my favorite smells of any body product I've ever had. It says it's a combination of almond, cocoa, yogurt, oat, and honey, irresistible almonds, oats, and brown sugar scent, and that is absolutely true. It is very like vanilla and creamy and brown sugar in the way it smells. It smells like really yummy, like oatmeal or cookie batter or something. I just absolutely love the way this smells. My husband loves the way it smells. Yeah, and I just love the way this makes my skin feel when I put it on after getting out of the shower. Like I said, it's just been one of my favorite rituals this dry winter. And the next thing is kind of weird, but I decided to include it anyway because I have really been enjoying it this past year, and that is the Meyer's Clean Day Aromatherapy Soap. And these are just hand soaps that I saw at Target, and I decided to try one out, and I tried the lavender scent because that's a personal favorite smell of mine. And I absolutely love this stuff. It's like every time I wash my hands, I almost feel like I'm getting like this little spa experience. It smells so incredibly good, and the smell actually kind of lasts on your hands. It doesn't just like, you know, it's not like other hand soaps I've tried where it just immediately is gone a few minutes after you wash your hands. It kind of sticks with you, but it's not overpowering, and it really does give you like this kind of little luxurious like aromatherapy experience when you wash your hands, which I really appreciate. It also doesn't seem to be super drying. Like I don't feel like my hands and cuticles and stuff get super dried out when I wash with this, because I do tend to wash my hands a lot. And again, it's been a very dry winter, so I appreciate that. Okay, so now I'm finally going to get into some makeup stuff. and I actually don't have a ton of stuff to talk about because I tried my hardest not to excessively buy makeup this year as I've done in past years. I try to be more of a conscious consumer and use up what I already have and things like that before I started getting new makeup, but there were a couple new products I tried, and most of them are actually affordable drugstore stuff. So one of my favorites has actually been this Rimmel Stay Matte Foundation, and this is just, I think it's like $4 at a drugstore. I was hearing rave reviews about this foundation. I can't remember what it was being compared to, but it was being compared to some high-end foundations like Clinique or maybe Kat Von D, because I really love her foundations. But I decided to go out and give it a try. I got the shade Light Porcelain, which I believe is the lightest shade that it comes in. And I have to say, I am impressed with this little drugstore foundation. It is like a kind of a weird texture. It's like light and moussey. It's not like a liquidy foundation, but I feel like that kind of helps it get better coverage, and it also helps you use less product in that it's kind of a moussey texture. And it says it's lightweight and shine control. I wouldn't say it's a full coverage foundation, but I would say you could probably build it up to at least medium coverage. I know I don't have any problem covering up like blemishes and redness and stuff with this. And it does do a really good job of controlling my shine throughout the day. It can get a little bit like powdery and cakey looking by the end of the day, but I feel like you could get that with just about any foundation. But I've noticed whenever I'm just wearing this in my Instagram pictures or whatever, I get comments from people like telling me my skin looks great or asking me what foundation I'm using, and it's like, I'm just using this little $4 drugstore foundation. It's pretty cool. And this is something I've also heard about online. I was reading about online and I had to go and get it for myself and try it out. And that is the Essence Lash Princess False Lash Effect Mascara. Like I said, I've read a lot of rave reviews about this online. I'm not sure where you actually get this. I know I saw it in like drugstores and stuff, but I can't remember where I saw it now. But I couldn't actually find it in the usual places I shopped, so I ended up ordering this online. But it was really cheap. I think it's normally like $8 or something like that. And you get a ton of product. The top, it's got like these cute like little decorative touches, but they're also rubberized, so it makes it easy to grip, which I appreciate. And yeah, I have to say I really like what it does for my lashes. It does indeed make them look really thick and volumized and longer. It can kind of lead to a spidery sort of effect with your lashes, so if you're really not into that, if you don't like spider lashes, like maybe don't go with this. Or sometimes I'll just like kind of pinch the tips of my lashes and get those little clumps off of them so they're not so spidery. Or I guess I could just use a mascara brush because that's what a normal person would do. And while we're on eye products, my other favorite is the Wet n Wild H2O Proof Liquid Eyeliner. And this is something a friend recommended to me when I was, you guys know I talk a lot about my watery eyes and how they ruin my makeup. And I was complaining about how my one eye, my right eye especially, like it will water really badly and actually just wash away like the wing or whatever makeup I have going on this eye. And a friend recommended this to me, and I have to say, it is really awesome. It is indeed like the most waterproof, long-lasting eyeliner formula I think I've ever encountered. It has this little pot. And that is what the little applicator looks like. It's like a little felt tip brush applicator, which I'm not crazy about. I kind of wish it was more of a pencil instead of this thin little wand. It's kind of hard for me to control and get the hang of because I haven't actually used these kind of liquid eyeliners that much, but I'm starting to kind of get the hang of it, I think. But yeah, I absolutely love this stuff. Would highly recommend it if you have really watery eyes, or if you just, you know, need an eye look that's gonna last for a very long time until you decide to take it off. Next is a setting top coat from Essie. It's the Essie Gel Setter Top Coat, which I've probably mentioned this before in previous favorite videos, but I don't remember. I kind of stopped making favorite videos because nobody watched them, but I kind of rediscovered this year and have been using it a lot when I'm doing my own manicures. I'm actually wearing it on my nails now, but this really is like, it gives you the feeling of having a gel top coat almost. I'm very sloppy when doing my nails. Like, you can always see my brush strokes. It always looks really messy, but then I put this stuff on top and it just looks perfect and shiny and gel-like, and it keeps them from chipping for like ever. It is honestly like the best top coat I think I've ever used. And let me present you with my child, my new baby. So this is the Kat Von D Saint and Sinner palette. I think she came out with this around October. And if you know anything about me, you know I absolutely love Kat Von D. I love the makeup. I just love the quality of it and the style, and also just the beautiful artistic touches she uses with her packaging and everything. It's like, how could you not love this? It is so freaking gorgeous. It is like this beautiful eyeshadow palette designed to look like cathedral windows, and it even opens up all fancy, and the eyeshadows are arranged in a way that they look like a stained glass window. I just, as soon as I saw it, I knew I had to have it. I know a lot of people were kind of dissing this palette and saying they were gonna pass on it, or it's too similar to past palettes she's had. I know a lot of people were really dedicated to her Mi Vida Loca palette that was shaped like a record, which I thought was really cool and had literally like a rainbow of every color you could ever want to use. Sadly, I missed out on that one. I didn't really start getting into makeup till just after that one sold out. So I felt like this was kind of my redeeming moment, because this is definitely my style, my aesthetic. I just love it, and just looking at these colors and this palette, I feel inspired. I reach for it like every day since I got it. My husband got this for me as like an anniversary present, and I honestly just display it on my vanity, and since I've gotten it, I pretty much don't reach for any other palettes. I can just use this one pretty much every day. It's just so inspiring and beautiful, and I love it, and I don't regret buying it one bit, or I guess my husband getting it for me, because I didn't actually buy it at all. And next is a lipstick. I kind of have a weird, I feel like everyone has like a makeup thing that they're obsessed with and that they buy way too much of, and for a lot of people it's probably like eyeshadows or foundations or whatever, highlighters, but for me that thing is lipsticks. And last year I really tried to dial back on all the lipstick purchases and trying out new shades and everything. But the one exception I allowed myself was I did get some from Colourpop, just because they're so cheap and they have pretty good quality. And Colourpop came out with their My Little Pony collaboration, which I made a video about reviewing the products I got from that collection. And I got a couple of the lipsticks, and my favorite from last year is this lipstick called Moondancer from that Colourpop My Little Pony collaboration, and I'm just in love with this lipstick. I've seen so many different beauty gurus and just different people on Instagram and stuff wearing this, and it's awesome because no matter what kind of person, what their skin tone, whatever, this looks so flattering on everyone, and it looks different on everyone depending on who wears it, which I think is awesome. And it's just such a beautiful, dark, universally flattering shade. I find myself reaching for it almost every time I do a makeup look because it goes with almost anything. It's just gorgeous and I love it, and I'm gonna have to buy some more before they're sold out. We're finally at the end now, yay! But randomly, again, this is something that was at the tail end of 2017, but I discovered this amazing hair care product, and this is the Herbal Essences Bio Renew Argan Oil of Morocco oil infused clam. And as is probably pretty obvious, I like to dye my hair a lot. I had to bleach my hair again this most recent time to dye it, and my hair just felt awful. It was over processed and very dry and damaged, and I was kind of freaking out, and I was like, okay, let me go to the store and see what I can find to help. This product had good reviews, so I went ahead and purchased it, and it's unbelievable. Like, it's like this really nice thick cream. It's like a leave-in conditioner where you basically just get out of the shower while your hair is still damp. You run this through it, and it is like transformative, literally. My hair went from feeling like dry straw to being like soft and silky and manageable with just this one product, which is amazing to me. And oh my god, the smell, you guys. Oh, the smell is amazing. Like, I would use this product just for the smell alone, even if it didn't work, but it works amazingly as well. I wish they had a perfume or something that was of this smell. I read online that like the notes in it were described as like vanilla and citrus and sandalwood, but it just smells really delicious and decadent and luxurious, and I absolutely love it. I love everything about this product. I really, really hope they don't take it away because I would be devastated. So yeah, those were my favorites of 2017. What was your favorite product? Do you have an opinion on it? Have you used any of these things before? What did you think? Let me know in the comments down below. And let me know what your favorites were in the comments down below. Let me know if there's some amazing, awesome product out there that I really need to try, because honestly, I am really open to trying new things, and I'm open to suggestions, especially when it comes to skincare and things like that. And as always, I want to thank you guys for being here with me through 2017 and to 2018 and just sticking around and watching my channel. I appreciate you so, so much. I can never tell you how much. And I hope your new year's off to a good start. And if you haven't already and you'd like to, please feel free to subscribe and join me on my channel with my coven of beautiful spoopies. And as always, guys, remember that you are beautiful just the way you are, and to always be yourself. And I will see you in my next video. Bye!